We decided to go to Russia. Height of the Cold War. It took us many months to get a visa. You could get into Russia in small groups with an in-tourist guide, but to get a loan visa was exceptionally difficult. And through massive perseverance, we got one at the Russian Embassy in London. And we arrived at Vyborg, which is the border between Poland and Russia, in Finland. And we arrived there, and we had a Land Rover, because we were driving through Africa after we'd spent months in Europe. And these people had us there for 9 hours searching us and the vehicle. And we pulled parts of the vehicle apart. It was just hour after hour. And they eventually, with about half an hour to go, found Tampax. Now, Tampax only arrived in Russia maybe 8 or 10 years ago. They had no idea what these things were. And I'll tell you, I was super peed off by this time. And I have been known to do some very outrageous things. And this guy said, "What are these things?" I said, "They're special Western medicine for bad ears." I said, "Anyone who's got this earache, boom, 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 we take this, we put it up, and we push that, and this bit of cotton wool comes out, and it has a string hanging down. So you don't have to, when your ear's better, dig and get it out. You pull the string. It's very special Western medicine. It's very developed." But I said, "Do you have anyone here who has very bad earache? Boom, boom. I can treat him." So they bring out one of these dirty big dudes. So he comes out, and he's got a very drawn face, and I didn't have any language. I said, "Here, boom, 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 boom." So I had him bend down, got the Tampax, popped it in. Now, I don't know how Judy was sitting there not laughing. He gets up, and I said, "Feel good, feel good." He goes back and there for another half an hour. Judy saying, "We've got to get the hell out of here. We've got to get the hell out of here." And, so then I go over to the loo just before we go, and he's standing there. And I said, "Feel good here." He's starting to smile. And that was the first time that I learned about this thing, the placebo. That was my introduction to placebo. And when I was in chiropractic college and heard about the placebo, I thought, that is right. Here's this guy with a massive earache. I see the Tampax in his ear, tell him it's good, and he says, fantastic. So remember, placebo can be all the studies that show that medicine now is spending the highest amount in research on one thing, and it's attempting to disprove the placebo. That's where the drug companies have all their items that they're spending. Greg Braden, who's not a chiropractor, has done a massive amount of research in this area, a NASA scientist, says that's #1 now, trying to disprove it. Wow. Imagine the placebo if you stood in that little circle. Right? Imagine the energy that would be coming. How well you feel. Remember, there's also the Hawthorne effect. For those that know what that is, back in the 30s, at the General Electric plant at Hawthorne in Connecticut, they were going to close the plant. And they brought in industrial psychologists who put all the workers together, and he said to them, "Look, if there's something we can do to stop this plant closure, what would it be?" They said, "The lighting is so poor here." He said, "I'll have it changed. But we've got to up production. It's got to go up. If it doesn't go up by at least 30%, well, the plant's going to close." They changed the lighting, and what happened? Production went up. Plant stayed open. What's the Hawthorne effect? It's the fact that you listen to people. They tell you their story, and you act on what they tell you. Not what you believe, but on what they tell you. Yeah, you thought it was a footy team in Australia. Yeah, it is a footy team in Australia. They just won the grand final too. Yeah. But the Hawthorne effect is something else that by being a fantastic switched-on team in your office, you can bring into effect. If I get 35% and 70%, I just have to stand in my adjustment room. It's all done. So I want to elicit all that every time somebody comes in.
Guys, don't make me laugh now, ready?